Well, welcome to Animated Science. I'm looking down here at some bread dough, which you can clearly see on this side. So here's some bread dough in a shaping basket. I've actually got one, but this one here, this is an empty one. So Sainsbury's bread shaping basket with a bit of flour in. And I've got some dough that I've put in here. The question is, what am I showing you here? Well, on this side, it might be a little bit unusual. Just going to dip my finger in, look there, you see? This one's actually been in the fridge, so it's really quite sticky. So, but actually all it is flour and water, and actually it was a little bit of honey. Now, today what I did, I took half of it out of the bowl and I added some more flour and some water to make my bread. And the other loaf is actually in the oven at the moment. Now, it's slightly unusual this, because unlike normal bread that you might buy in the supermarket, this bread is called a sourdough. Now the beauty of a sourdough, I'm just going to cover up my sourdough starter mixture here, because if I don't I might get something nasty in it. What actually has happened is, in my kitchen, when I mixed the flour and the water together, I left this for 2 days, and in that time it started to ferment. And actually what it was doing, it was fermenting with natural yeast. From the air around it, they were absorbed and they started to grow in there in a very natural way. Now I could have bought yeast from the shop and I could have grown that yeast in here and I could have made my bread. But the whole idea of a sourdough is it's all a natural process. This is what people used to do in the olden times. And clearly you can see that this loaf here, I do this on it, it's quite soft. Well, it's actually a little bit hard on top because it's dried a little. But in terms of, this has risen, it was actually half as big as this earlier on today. And this is the old-fashioned way to make bread, the sourdough way, and actually it tastes really great and you get a great crust. I'm going to go to the oven now, and what I've done is I've put one of these loaves in the oven. It's been in there for 5 minutes now at a really hot temperature. Just going to turn off now the alarm, because it's had its 5 minutes. Now we're going to do 25 minutes, and we're just going to take the temperature down a little. So we're going to do down to about, what we've got there, about 210. Let's have a little look and see what's happening. Ooh, there's my other loaf. Oh, got a bit of steam in there. Got some water. And here we've got my other loaf, which is slightly risen. That's cooking, and that's going to be a sourdough loaf, just like you buy in the supermarket. Really expensive, fancy in Waitrose, maybe £2 a loaf. I made it at home. Flour and water and a spoonful of honey. That was it. Live microbes, nothing more. So that's Animated Science, and we're talking about yeast and how we need it and how it can be used every day.